I found the texts on a Tuesday. My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 28 years old, and I live in Portland, Oregon, where the rain never really stops, and neither did my boyfriend's lies. His phone buzzed on the kitchen counter while he was in the shower. I wasn't snooping. It was just there, face up, glowing. The preview showed everything I needed to see. Last night was amazing. When can I see you again? With a heart emoji, sent by someone named Becca. My hands went numb. My vision tunneled. I heard the shower running, steam creeping under the bathroom door, and I realized I was holding my breath. I didn't confront him. I didn't scream or throw his phone against the wall. I just stood there in our apartment that suddenly felt like a crime scene, and I made a decision that would change everything. I took a photo of those texts. Then, I put his phone back exactly where it was. I walked to the couch. I sat down, and I waited for him to come out like nothing had happened. His name was Ethan. We'd been together for 3 years. He worked in tech sales, made good money, and talked about our future like it was already written. Marriage, kids, a house in the suburbs. I'd reorganized my entire life around his schedule, his moods, his needs. I was a graphic designer working freelance from home, which meant I was always available, always waiting, always there when he wanted me, and invisible when he didn't. He came out of the bathroom in a towel, water dripping from his hair, and smiled at me like I was his favorite person in the world. "Hey, babe, what do you want for dinner?" I looked at him and felt absolutely nothing. That's when I knew. The love had already died. I just hadn't buried it yet. "Whatever you want," I said. He kissed my forehead and grabbed his phone. I watched him read that text, watched him smile, watched him type back. My heart didn't even break. It just went silent. I didn't leave that night. I didn't leave that week. I stayed. But I changed the entire game. I opened a separate bank account the next morning, started transferring money, small amounts he'd never notice. I updated my portfolio website, started reaching out to old clients, applied to design agencies I'd always dreamed of working for but never had the confidence to approach. Ethan thought I was just busy with work. He didn't ask questions. He never did. He'd come home late 3 nights a week now, smelling like perfume that wasn't mine, telling me he had client dinners. I'd smile and say, "Sounds exhausting." He'd kiss me and disappear into his phone. I became a ghost in my own relationship, and it was the most powerful I'd ever felt. Because while he was busy destroying us, I was busy building an escape route he couldn't see. 2 weeks later, I got an email. A design agency in Seattle wanted an interview. It was one of the top firms on the West Coast. I'd applied on a whim, never thinking they'd actually respond. The interview was in 4 days. I told Ethan I was visiting my sister. He barely looked up from his laptop. "Cool. Have fun." I took the train to Seattle. The interview lasted 2 hours. They offered me the job before I left the building. Senior designer, salary that was almost double what I was making freelance, relocation assistance, start date in 6 weeks. I accepted on the spot. I walked out of that building into the Seattle rain and I laughed. Actually, laughed. For the first time in months, I felt like myself again. Ethan had no idea his world was about to collapse. I came home and acted normal, cooked dinner, asked about his day, pretended to care about his stories. But at night, while he slept next to me, I was packing. Mentally first, then physically. I started moving things out slowly. A box here, a suitcase there, took them to a storage unit across town. Important documents, sentimental items, anything I couldn't replace. Ethan noticed nothing. He was too busy texting Becca, too busy living his double life to see that mine was ending. I found out more about her through some light internet stalking. She was 23, worked at a boutique gym downtown, posted gym selfies and inspirational quotes. Ethan commented on every single one. He was in love with her, or at least in love with the version of himself she made him feel like. And I felt nothing but pity. Not for me, for him, because he had no idea what he was about to lose. The night before I left, I finally told him. 5 weeks had passed since I found those texts. 5 weeks of silent preparation. 5 weeks of watching him lie to my face while I built an entirely new life he knew nothing about. We were sitting on the couch. He was scrolling through his phone. I said, "Ethan, I'm leaving tomorrow." He looked up confused. "Leaving? Like a trip?" I smiled. "No, leaving you. Moving to Seattle. I got a job. I signed a lease. I've been planning this for over a month." The color drained from his face. "What? Sarah, what are you talking about?" I pulled out my phone. Showed him the screenshot of Becca's text from 5 weeks ago. "I know. I've known since the beginning, and instead of screaming or begging you to choose me, I chose myself." He stood up, panic flooding his features. "Sarah, wait. That was nothing. She means nothing. I love you. We can fix this." I stood up too, grabbed my keys. "You can't fix what you already destroyed, and honestly, I don't want you to." His eyes filled with tears. Real tears. "Where are you going?" I looked at him one last time. "Somewhere you're not." I walked out, drove to a hotel, slept better than I had in months. The next morning, movers came to get the rest of my things while he was at work. I left my key on the counter. No note, no explanation, just absence. 3 months later, I was thriving in Seattle. New apartment with a view of the water. New job where people actually valued my work. New friends who didn't know the old version of me. I cut my hair, started running, took a pottery class, joined a hiking group. I became someone I didn't recognize, and it felt incredible. Then, my friend from Portland called. "Sarah, you need to hear this." Apparently, Ethan's perfect little affair imploded. Becca found out he'd had a girlfriend the whole time, me. She dumped him publicly on social media, tagged him in a post exposing everything. His friends saw it, his coworkers saw it, his boss saw it, his reputation shattered overnight. He tried to reach out to me. 53 text messages, 17 calls, 4 emails, all saying the same thing. He was sorry, he made a mistake, he wanted me back, his life fell apart without me. I blocked him on everything. He didn't deserve closure. He didn't deserve an explanation. He deserved exactly what he got. Nothing. His karma wasn't me destroying him. It was him destroying himself while I quietly disappeared into a better life. That's the thing about revenge nobody tells you. Sometimes the most devastating thing you can do is nothing. Let them spiral. Let them face the consequences. Let them watch you thrive from a distance they can never cross again. I didn't need to hurt Ethan. Life did that for me, and I got to walk away clean, healed, and completely unbothered. If you're in a situation where someone's betraying you, lying to you, making you feel small, remember this. Your revenge doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be messy. Sometimes the best revenge is just walking away and building something so beautiful they can't help but watch from the outside. This is Sarah from Venomous Revenge, reminding you that karma works best when you step aside and let it do its job. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and drop a comment telling me your thoughts. Have you ever walked away from someone who deserved worse? Let me know below.